Good morning, fifth graders, and welcome to Friday, October 9th. We've got a big day for you today, simply because it is the last day of this learning cycle, the last day of this rotation. So starting next Monday, you'll be heading back with Fitz and your Phi Ed teachers for the next couple of weeks. But whenever we're at the end of a rotation cycle, guys, we really want to make sure that we're cleaning up some of those loose ends and that we're checking our grade book and reviewing those facts that we worked on during this rotation cycle, so it's fairly solid in our mind. We don't want any loose ends coming back 2.5 to 3 weeks later trying to recall what we missed or what we were working on before. So in math, we are actually going to be kind of pumping the brakes a little bit and just making sure we understand the stuff that we've covered to this point. There will not be a summative. There's not going to be a test or a quiz today, guys, but there is a lot of review opportunities and there is a lot of practice opportunities in Schoology today. So if you take a look at your Schoology folder for math, make sure you're looking at Think Central. Make sure you're going on to Prodigy and doing those things to practice that skill we were talking about. For science today, there is a summative. There is a final assessment. And so please make sure that you are getting in there. There's also that Kahoot that I put in there on Wednesday. So in your Wednesday folder, there should be a Kahoot there that you can practice for your science quiz. And I'll send out a message through Schoology as well today, guys, to remind you of that. So please make sure you are checking your Schoology messages to identify what folder that Kahoot is in, okay? It is very important that you get in more than anything else than doing those two things, getting in and checking your grade book. There are a couple of us that have a lot of missing assignments and things to clean up. And so please make sure you're getting in there, guys, and getting as much of that accomplished, if not all of it accomplished by, for sure by the end of this weekend. It might not need to be by today, but get in there this weekend for sure and clean that stuff up. Just going to make life so much easier moving forward. I will be able to pop across the hallway and talk to you while you're in Fitz's class and kind of refresh your memory as to things that need to be done, kind of like she did for you guys when you were with me this last couple of weeks. But really important that we get as much of that finished today and this weekend as we can. It's just going to make life so much easier on yourselves. Remember that you can retake anything that's in the grade book multiple times. So even if you've got everything turned in and there's nothing showing up as missing, guys, look back through your scores and see if there's anything that's got 2 or 3 questions wrong and go back in and attempt that again or watch the video and then redo that assignment. Maybe it makes more sense now than it did originally. We don't want to punish anybody for their learning speed or their style. So again, as we go through math, obviously it continues to build on itself. And so maybe the concepts we're working on now will help you with the stuff you worked on earlier, and you can get a better score on it now. If you are out of your attempts, you can still send me a Schoology message and we can try to work an opportunity to get you another attempt in there and get you a 4th or 5th attempt. I would make sure though that you have watched the video, that you've asked me some questions, that you're taking advantage of all the opportunities to be successful on those assignments or those quizzes as you can, okay? I do still have some individuals in here as well. Very important note for some of you. Make sure you check the math quick quiz that we took earlier. That's the only summative assessment we have in our math grade book at this point, guys. And so if that's a really bad score, it's going to make your math grade or your math score look really poor right now. So please make sure you're getting in there and checking that quick quiz score to make sure that it is as good as you can make it. And again, you got 3 opportunities at that as well. So please do that. If you're not sure how to do some of that stuff, questions of me. There is a Think Central practice quiz. I've still only got about half of the class that has done that practice quiz. So guys, make sure you're taking advantage of all the tools we're putting in front of you. Okay. So today is kind of a lot of cleanup for math. In your distance learning folder or for my students in class here, there's very little that needs to be done in terms of an assignment for today, but it's a lot of cleaning up our old assignments and making sure that we are done with all of our previous assignments. For my science, again, same thing. We do have that one little quiz, end of the cell unit summative assessment, but basically going in and cleaning up a lot of the old and past assignments, making sure we've got everything done and get a score for all those things. All right. I'm glad that we are closing in on a weekend, guys. Please make sure you contact me if you have any